chilly. It's just a little bit chilly. Okay. At the risk of ruining everything, let me change the angle on this one camera here. A little bit ruiny. That's not bad, actually. I see what's wrong. Whoa. Hey everybody, just getting my cameras set up. This one is giving me trouble. You know what the problem is? I gotta tighten this nut. And on the floor. Okay. I think everybody sees everything. So if I have any, I'm live on Facebook. Looks like someone's there. And I don't know how I got weird filter options, but that's cool. Oh, Dave Sanabria. What's up, friend? If someone's in one of these media and you can let me know that you can hear me, that would be great. I'm gonna see if I can do this without screwing up everything. I kind of screwed things up. But... All right. I started a little bit early, just looking for the okay on, or the I can hear you. But had a good day today. I just watched the beautiful sunset. Thank you, Dave. I'm glad you can hear me. Beautiful sunset tonight. Maybe I'll post a picture, but I got a really good picture of a really nice sunset. Okay. I'm just going to wait for some people to show up. You know what? Maybe I'll even start warming up. No, I think, well, if people are showing up at 8, we're going to give them the warm up at 8. So we're going to start in, if you're watching a replay on this, sorry, we're going to start in 2-3 minutes. Yeah, it's like 2 of, according to my clock. This week we have been focusing on, or these last few days we've been focusing on the techniques and the movements of like fight scenarios. And this one I'm teaching more like a class than like a workout. You know, I've done a little bit of like interval style training on moves. And today it's going to be almost more like it's taught like a class, although I want to get in reps, which really does truly make it like a class. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, in class, I guess I talk about it and then we go do it a bunch of times and then I talk and then we do. And that's really, you know, essentially what these videos are going to be like. I talked last night about how I think this time's a unique opportunity actually to get good at connecting the like visual and motor parts of your brain, where we always do this our whole career, but I think this is actually a good time to be doing that. Learning how to see a video and take something away from it. If you learn that now, you get good at that. Sooner you get good at that, basically, the better, because you'll be able to watch more videos and get more out of them. And of course, video will be around for the whole rest of your career. Videos on YouTube and DVDs and so forth. Blu-ray. I'm putting on my Blu-ray this week. Okay. Cool. We're just about at time. And I don't mind just doing a little bit of warm up together here since we're right at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to start moving around. Start moving my hands and feet around. Open, close. Let's like a puppet show. Okay. Okay. And now let's do like arm circles. Start moving. Arm circles around. You can be standing for this. It's certainly more comfortable. I'm sitting so that I'm visible on both cameras. Other way, arm circles. All right, just cross. I'm going left over right. Now I'm going right over left. Okay, let's do our neck here. So look left, and take it a little further than you naturally sit to get that little bit of a stretch. So left, right, left, right. I encourage you to put on your own jams if you want. If I put music on, I'll get pulled down for some sort of license violation, I'm sure. What's up, Bendy Matt? Good to see you, man. I'm just warming up, so I'm doing the usual kind of warm up here. Do my neck, so up, down. Okay, ear to shoulder. And circle. So you're going to hit all the areas you just stretched. Circle. Okay. If you want to lay on your back and do we're getting closer and closer to our core. Went from our hands and feet to our shoulders, to our neck. Now let's do, so this does your hips and knees. You can try to get your butt off the ground. Turn sideways, let them move side to side. Other way. I'm just going to do a little bit because we will be going from standing to the ground. So let's do knee circles. One way. Yeah, John Gavin, nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, this is my rash guard from Iceland. Show it to you guys in a sec. So knee circles the other way. Oh, Joe, good to see you, brother. Oh, cracking. Hip circles. Let's see this. I'll get closer to you with my shirt so you can see what's on the front of this thing. Oh, like a Viking. All right, anyway, hip circles. Other way. There's a lightning. It's Thor. It's Thor and Mjolnir. Mjolnir. All right, cool. I got one hinky knee today. Okay. The last few days we've talked a little bit about footwork and about the bubble, about like basically our overall strategy for a fight in jiu-jitsu, which is to stay outside of range. If somebody creeps in, we back up. They run in, we run in. Right? So we're either outside the bubble, or if they pop the bubble because they get too close, we run in. Okay? I'd like to start with the same just footwork drill. And it's a nice way to warm up anyway. But it allows us to focus a little bit on the couple details that are in here. One is keep your fists against your temples. Fists against my temples, and I'm closing my forearms around my jawline. So it's harder to hit some of those buttons that knock me out. Okay, my weight's a little more on my back foot than my front foot. So I don't stand evenly over my feet. Just tend to your back foot a little bit because your front foot is a weapon. Someone gets a little too close, you can kick their leg and lean away. They try to hit you, you kick their front leg. A lot of times that's an entrance for us. If you go back and you watch UFC 1 and you watch Royce, every fight looks this way. That's how he trained. That's how he trained with Pedro Sauer, actually, to get ready for UFC 1, was practicing this piece out, this kick here, and then clinching in the way that we did the last couple of days. We're going to do a different takedown today, but let's do this footwork, Joe. So a little bit tending back foot, fists are on my temples, and let's just do this. When I step forward with my front foot. All right, so there's always space between my feet. Okay, let me get back in camera here for Facebook. So forward with the front foot, back with the back foot. Forward, forward, forward. So I'm going to call it. We'll do it together. Back, back. Okay, now when I go left, because this is my left foot, the one you see in front, one of the images is switched in YouTube or Facebook, I forget which. So when I say left, I go left. And the reason I stepped with my left foot first is because I was going left, right? If I say right, I don't step here because look, my feet are crossed. This is terrible base. Someone runs into me or kicks or punches me here, I'm gonna fall down. Last thing you want to fight is to fall down. Okay, so left is with the left foot, right is with the right foot. You're always opening your legs before you bring them together again and never bringing them close together. Okay, so that's left and right. So I'll keep calling it. So forward, 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 backwards, back, left, right, right, 10 to your back foot a little, left, forward, forward, back, back, left, left, right, right, left, back, forward, forward. Okay. So that's our basic movement, and then the strategy part again is somebody's like a couple arms lengths away from me. That's good. That's safe. That's my bubble. They come inside of that space a little, and they're creeping toward me. You know, they're walking in. They're like, "Hey, man," and they're walking in. I'm going to back up, and then if they pop the bubble, that's when I'm going to either keep them back with one of my weapons, or I'm going to bump and wrap, which we did yesterday. And today we're going to shoot just a little bit differently. Today, instead of assuming that the person is sort of walking in and maybe even throwing a punch, we talked about the bump being like if you could hit them at this moment right now. They go for a punch, boom, and you hit them in the chest right here, boom, and then wrap your arms around them. Now we're going to talk about if they throw a front punch, like a straight punch, or back straight punch. They throw a straight punch, like not a round punch, but one of these or one of these. We're going to duck under their arm. We're going to slip the punch, okay? So instead of interrupting a circle with a straight line into their chest, we're going to do this. They throw a front punch. We're going to move only as much as we need to the outside of the punch and go past the arm to their back. Again, when they throw this punch, I go outside so that I'm outside the arm, because the follow-up for that is this, and that's not a strong punch, right? If I duck to the inside, you know, there's short punches right here. That would be great to catch me in. And of course, I'm walking into possible guillotine, possible headlock. They turn around, grab my head. Okay. So we're just pretending that someone's throwing a jab at us. And usually that's going to be, and that's for most people, if they're like even somewhat trained, they throw the front hand at us. It's probably the left hand. So it's probably the one opposite your left foot. So I'm just going to do this, right? You don't even have to touch it. I'm only covering up my face. I'm not pushing the arm and twisting myself up and interrupting my forward momentum. Okay? So we're going to be a little bit on our back foot. Someone, remember, this is the most important part of everything that we're talking about. I have 2 arms lengths distance, right? So that's the whole point of being stand-up, is stay outside of range, right? Frustrate them outside of range, and they'll close it. So they are not just throwing a punch, boom, right from in front of you. They're throwing a straight punch where they have to cover a bunch of ground because you keep leaving all this space between you guys, okay? So this is them closing that distance. So you're going to see this punch coming, okay? This is the part I can't emphasize enough. We're not talking about standing, 2 guys facing off and throwing punches at each other from here. We're talking about one guy's way back here, and this guy decides to throw a straight punch, but that doesn't do it. He's got to run in and do it. So this guy's got to run in and throw a punch, just like he ran in and threw a big bomb like that, okay? So with him running in like that, I'll have ample time to see which is the punch and to get outside, especially because the movement I'm talking about is 2 inches to the right. Okay, so I'm dodging right because he's throwing his left hand. Okay, so let's practice that. I'm on my back foot. My hands are up here. Okay, and they throw that straight. I'm going to go here. I'm only really covering up. Maybe I barely touch it, but the point is really to do this and latch onto your guy. Okay, so you're here, and you're just slipping the punch. Just slipping the punch. Okay, and then I'm throwing my hands together. That's me catching their torso, right? Now I'm connected to them, and that's what we want. That's the first thing we want is a connection. We've talked about every fight scenario is a connection. Maybe they grab me, or maybe I grab them as I am. A connection, a takedown, dominant position, and a submission. And we're going to go through an entire scenario. Today's scenario, in my mind, contains all four. Okay, so they throw a punch at me, slip it and grab on, slip it and grab on. Right. So just do a bunch of these. Consider it like an exercise movement. Right? You're on your back foot. Always moving forward. It's not like you go here and then you try to jump forward from here. It's, moving forward. You shouldn't have to dodge too much. It's only as wide as a fist is wide. And you only have to miss it by like an inch. So give you a different angle. Right here. My hands are up. Just that. My mats are kind of new and they're slippery, so this is fun for me. So slide them in. A little bit on my back foot so I could do this if I needed to. If they run in with that straight, I'm here and I'm grabbing onto them. Now, if I came straight at them and I just grab onto them, my head might be right in their armpit. So if the back of my neck is under anybody's armpit ever, I have to be worried about a guillotine because it doesn't take a jiu-jitsu master to know that if someone's neck is underneath their arm that you can catch it. Okay. I know, by the way, that my head is cut off on Facebook. I apologize. I actually can fix that for right now. But when we start putting it together in a scenario, you're gonna need to see the floor. I'll move it again then. Okay, that's a little better. All right. So I'm here. I slip the punch and I grab on. If my head, I just slipped a punch, is underneath their armpit, I need to do one or two things right away. But what I'm probably going to do is dig under, and get behind them. Okay. So a little bit. I have to get my head around behind them. Let's just include that in our movement because that's us finishing a good clinch, right? This was good. This was good, right? Slipping the punch. But now, if my head is under their arm at all and there's a guillotine possibility, I need to dig until my head is behind. And that, just to get myself at this height for Facebook, that means I grab their body. They might have just thrown this punch. So the next thing they would do would be wrap. I want to dig around and kind of up to ensure that I get behind them. And then we can talk about rear clinch. I should actually have my ear in their lower back. But when it comes to getting out of guillotine trouble, digging sort of your way around the corner and up is going to be the best thing to shed their arm, and then you can change to your posture. Okay, let me get just a little more height here for Facebook. Like that's okay. So it's this. I'm here. I'm here, and if I'm under that armpit, I just need to get here. Need to cut underneath to finish that movement. Okay, and then we'll go to the rear clinch. Here, slip the punch. I take my head here, and now I'm going to drop down. So drop down, my ear against their back here, and I'm dropping into my base, or even dropping so much that they feel I'm dragging their hips to the ground. Okay, I'm holding onto their hips, and I'm getting heavy enough that the scales underneath their feet start registering higher and higher, and it starts to feel like molasses for them to try and turn to fight and get rid of me. Okay, slip the punch, come in, dig in, drop down to a rear clinch. Okay, let's do that 10 times, right? Right here, slip the punch, come in, dig, and then get in that rear clinch right here. Dig your head up, and then fall into that rear clinch. Dig my head up just to get past the arm, so my head's on their back. Okay, so slip the punch. My head sheds their shoulder essentially. Here. You may get behind them. You may just slip the punch and come to here. That may happen. So. They come from far, right? So this isn't that hard getting under their punch. grab their body, get behind them. Ears against their lower back. All right, so let's talk about the takedown. Some of you will know. I'm about to do my favorite takedown, best takedown in jiu-jitsu. Don't believe me? Wait till you do it to someone. Yeah, I've done this to all size people. There's modifications to hit on bigger people, but I've just taken their back and my ears against their low back here. Okay, and I'm going to do that. I'm hanging my weight a little bit, so it's going to be an easy takedown. If I put my foot, their feet are on the ground here and here. I'm going to put my foot next to their one foot, not on it, but just next to their one foot. I'm going to block their other foot like this. So I get into this position here. And their feet are here and here. I'm outside their one foot. So here and here. And then I'm actually going to sit my hips away from them. I get like a wrecking ball action. So I just grab down. I fix my feet. I sit my hips away. And then I sit my butt. If you look at my feet, 1, 2, my butt should be the third point in a line. And you won't believe me when you're in this position. Maybe the first time you do it, you'll be like, well, my butt doesn't go there. But if you turn and you do a squat on the leg, that'll essentially be the middle point. It'll be no problem, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. So, okay. What happened at the end is I threw my foot over and I actually took them out. So here, fix your feet, sit your butt in the 1, 2, third point of the line, and land, if you can, on the outside hip first. Should be the first thing that hits the ground. So I land on the outside hip here. I should be able to throw this leg over. Okay. Let me give you a different angle. So I'm here, step, put this here, and I do a squat. And I land on the outside of this leg and throw this leg over to mount. Okay. And now we're going from a connection to a takedown and a dominant position all at once. Okay. This is probably the other reason I think is one of my very favorites. So I slipped a punch and I got behind a guy. I'm going to put my feet in position, sit and turn, and throw my foot over to mount. Okay. Here. Clear. And then I'm going to get this here. I land, my pinky toes on the ground. So when I say I land on the outside of my hip, outside of my foot, and everything. Oop, that starts my momentum to step over. The fact that I sat here meant that necessarily I'm rotating. So the step over will be easy. Okay. So let's slip that punch, slip the punch, grab your guy, set up your feet, sit and turn them out. Best takedown in jiu-jitsu. Because you're safe. Why? Because all you're doing is hanging your weight, dragging them down. The rotation's undeniable. The trip, you're basically tripping them over your foot. The other reason is the clinch that you came from. Rear clinch, very hard to hurt you from a rear clinch. Very hard to catch back up with you if you hold on to the hip girdle, meaning turn around and just push you off. Very hard to, you turn, they turn. Sorry, they turn, you turn. Hard to get rid of you, and the takedown's undeniable. My favorite takedown in jiu-jitsu. Okay, slip the punch, grab your guy, set up your feet, sit, pinky toe is down first. That means that you're necessarily rotating. Let's do like 25 more of these. No, but let's do a few more of these. Okay, slip the punch, grab your guy. Okay, slip the punch, grab your guy. My ear now is on his back. I'm gonna step here, sit and take him down. Okay. Let me know if your angle is okay. Jay Watson's here. Hello. I'm gonna try just a different angle. So I slip the punch and I grab onto my guy, set up my feet, and step over. I'm gonna go this way. Slip the punch, set my feet up. Slip the punch, grab the guy, set my feet up. Take him down. Slip the punch, grab my guy, set my feet up. Sit and turn. Slip the punch, grab on, set my feet up. Sit, turn over. Slip the punch. Hold on to my guy, my ear's on his back. I'm gonna set my feet up. I might be doing. Yeah. Okay. Let's try the other way. So let's do one where, God bless. Let's do one where slip the punch, we grab onto, and now this is the foot I set up next to his feet. Okay. Slip. This foot's the one I plant. The other foot's the one that I stick out. And we're gonna roll now this way. Okay. Punch. Come in. Step here. Grab onto him. Oops. So I grab onto him and my feet go here. Let's just do two more on this side because we did a bunch on the other side. So punch, come in. Okay. So you just took them down. Lots of times, both directions. Okay. What happens when you get taken down this way is that, let's imagine the other guy for a second. I just threw a straight punch. Someone ducked it and came behind me and sat down and took me down like this. So you're probably going to get a guy who ends up kind of here. When you throw that foot over and you take mount, it's mount. But his shoulder is up. So you're going to probably, one of the very first positional things you're going to need to do on the ground is use your chest just to roll him out like dough, just to flatten him back out. So after I've taken a person down, I take him out. I'm going to use my chest just to, just to flatten them out. They were here, and when I do that motion, I flatten that shoulder out. I get to the chest side of the shoulder, and I flatten them out. Okay. Very common that you're going to run into the takedown leading to, give me one moment, sorry, leading to the guy being on their side. So that's why we're going to flatten them out that way. Okay. So having, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pull this back up. Take down. Okay. Because I'm sort of moving in a sideways direction, I think that it's going to be really a common response for a bottom guy who feels you flatten him out here to try to push you off this way. There's like a little momentum there, isn't there? Like you're flattening him out, and maybe he'll be like, "Get off me!" Right? I think it's only normal that you'll experience that from somebody who does not know jiu-jitsu. So when I hit the ground and they're on their shoulder and I flatten them out, you got to be ready to hook their head and stick your hand out for base, right? Because that's them pushing you away. You hook the head, you put your hand out for base there. You have like a pull force on the head, a push force on the floor. You shouldn't be able to be knocked over. So I just stepped over. Boom, I just stepped over and I got on top and I flattened the guy out, but he tries to push me. So I'm going to go here. Okay. And this is one of our fundamental mount maintenance movements, but let's do just a couple of them, right? I just did a sitting takedown. Stepped over, I flattened him with my chest, and like I said, he's probably going to push me to the side. Hook the head, hook and post. And let's just do, because it is a fundamental movement, let's just do a couple, right? So I hook and I bring myself back to center. He pushes me the other way. 2, 3. Okay, I'm just hooking his head and catching my base. So far we have slipped a punch, taken a guy down, and stepped over to mount. If I use my chest now to flatten him out, probably he's going to push me. 2, 3. We're just going to do a few hook and posts, right? That's just practice for mount maintenance. Okay, John Smalios. What's up, brother? It's good to see you. That's who that is, right? Yeah, good to see you, man. Okay. And that's just positional maintenance, okay? So in our scenario, we've made a connection, which was our clinch. We've done a takedown, gotten a dominant position, and then maintained it versus a little bit of, I think, natural aggression is that a guy's going to try to push us off. Now, from here, the other one, as long as they're pushing, nothing's working, I'm pushing. If they leave their arms there, we're going to go for an arm bar. So that's going to conclude our scenario. Okay. So the arm bar is going to be this. I'm going to draw. This is how you do an arm bar with nobody there. And we've done it before in the mount, in the top position attacks, BJJ home workout. So, but I'm going to encircle. I'm going to pretend his hands are on my chest. I'm going to encircle one of his arms. I can pick. You can pick whichever one. I know I have a favorite side, but should get both good at both sides. So I'm mounted. They push up on my chest. I'm going to encircle one arm, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to, because the weight is either through their hands on my chest or my hands on their chest, I should be able to switch into this position here. But let me talk you through it in case it's like a new movement for you. This knee is sliding as high as it can. And this, I'm showing them the bottom of my dirty foot. And I am a little, that's just from this black mat. So my apologies to our friends down under, who I'm sure have had enough of black feet. In there. What's up, Greg? Enjoying the class? Good, man. Good to have you. All right. So we're mounted. I'm going to encircle one arm, bring my knee up, turn my foot over. Okay. Now I'm going to move my hand that's further from their head to the outside of my leg. That's for base. And I'm going to lace their arm. So lace and base. Now lean away from this leg, because otherwise you're going to, you know, I can't get that leg up either. But if I move my head, I can very easily. And I'm in a nice traditional armbar position. And here, they push. Encircle, slide the knee up, slide the foot up, put your hand outside, base, lace, lean, and bring the leg over for the armbar. We're going to do just the armbar here 10 times, and then we want to do the whole scenario again. The punch slip, the rear takedown, you know, little position maintenance, and then we're going to go for this armbar. This is the whole scenario. So you're mounted, hands on the floor. They push up on your chest. You're going to encircle the arms, one arm. Slide your knee up, turn your foot over. Hand goes outside. So that's honestly is going to be what I lean on when I lean away. So base, lace their arm, and step over and sit. Let's do that a few times. All right, so right here. Mine might be smoother than yours right now, but don't worry about it. I'm not rushing anybody, but some of you have done this before, so follow along. At your pace, right? Ooh. Encircle, knee and foot. So I'm actually fully on the side of my foot, almost the shoelaces. Hand goes outside, base, lace, and take this. Okay. Okay, I don't even need you to have two good sides. For now, get awesome on one side. Your body will learn faster on the second side if the one side is like super good. And this is one of those moves where they push up with two hands. You're choosing anyway, so let's let you choose. Let's do the whole. Mike Rivera, what's up, brother? And Rod, it's good to see you, man. What'd you say? Quarantine, collateral damage. Oh. Okay, so let's do this. So now the top of me is cut off for Facebook, but you remember what this looks like? Hopefully, let me do this. I can give you a little angle. Okay. So I'm here, and I have, maybe back here. I'm covered up, got my fist against my temples. My elbows are closed, a little bit more weight on my back foot than my front foot, so I have a little stomp ability. And when someone comes in with a straight, we're talking about straight punch now, they're coming in from 2 arms distance. Okay? And that's why we see it coming so easily. I slip it, I grab on, I fix my feet for a rear takedown, and I take them down. I'm going to turn around, take them down, and I flatten them with my chest. Okay? We can assume that somebody who gets flattened with your chest in this sideways motion might push you over here. So get ready for that. And then we'll just do 2, 3. Now put your 2 hands down, and now you can do your arm bar. Stand back up and repeat, right? So slip the punch, get your grip on your guy, take down, and now flatten them with your chest. If you're going right to left, you're probably gonna get pushed left. So catch the head, catch the head, catch the head, square up. They push your chest straight up and circle, your knee and foot come up, lace, base, lean, and spin. So we're gonna let's just do a bunch of this scenario, right? Get your hands in the right spot, get your weight in the right spot. Picture them 2 arms lengths apart, so kind of far coming in with a punch. You're gonna slip that punch, grab onto their waist. Set your feet, take them down. I'm gonna flatten them out and get ready to catch myself with a hook and post, right? 2 hands down. You should be able to go for your arm bar from there. Okay? You slip the punch, grab your guy, take him down, flatten him with your chest, and get ready to get pushed. Very likely. Straighten up. Now encircle the arm they're pushing your chest with. Knee comes up, foot turns over, base, lace, and sit for that arm bar. Slip. Take them down, flatten them out. Catch yourself, catch yourself, catch yourself. Okay, they push up. Okay, stand back up. Slip the punch, grab your guy, take them down. Flatten out their chest. If you're left to right, you're probably gonna get pushed right. 2, 3. Okay, and I'm sort of lumbering because that's them carrying my weight. I should be loose up here. I shouldn't be getting pushed around like this. This should be like a sack of water. I don't know if you ever tried to pick up someone who's unconscious at work or a college party, but it's hard, right? Bag of water, that's all we are. Okay, from here, arm bar. Do a few more. Slip the punch, grab your guy, take him down, flatten him out, get ready to catch yourself. 2, 3, I'm here. The arm bar. Okay, this is our move. So we're gonna do, a few more of these. We're not gonna do this forever, but let's give it another 3 more minutes of reps. Wouldn't kill anyone. All right. So slip, grab, take down, flatten them out. Catch yourself, catch yourself, catch yourself. Arm bar. If you missed the beginning, I know some guys are coming in late, so this may look like a lot of information. I definitely painstakingly sort of went through each piece, so no worries if you rewatch. Catch me here, take them down. I'm only turning around for your benefit here. Flatten them out. Probably get pushed. 2, 3. Now I'm here. They push up. Grab my guy. Take him down. Flatten him out. 1, 2, 3 until you stop the side. Then they push straight up. I'm just trying to go different directions so you guys can see everything. Slip. Grab my guy. Take him down. Try to flatten him out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, pushes up. Here's the arm bar. Last minute. Keep her up. Slip the punch, grab your guy, take down. Flatten him with your chest and expect to get pushed. 2, 3. 2 more. Slip the punch, grab your guy, take down. Flatten him out and expect to get pushed that direction. 2, 3. From here, pushes. Slip the punch, grab your guy, take down, flatten him out. Good. Expect to get pushed. 2, 3. Now we're here. Ooh, pushes my chest. We're here. And the arm is yours. That's good. We got it. Hopefully you got a little cardio because I tried to do them back to back. So we did 2 fight scenarios this week. We did the other one that we did was a front clinch and a leg hook takedown. Looked like this. Someone throws a round punch. I bumped and wrapped, stepped in and did a leg hook takedown. And from here, I threw punches. He turned over. I got up. I took the back, opened my legs up, and then we caught a choke here. We went across the chin, held the shoulder, struck the face in true Conor McGregor style, Nate Diaz style, really. Where he goes across the face, holds here, strikes the face to align the chin, and then sinks the choke. Okay, so you have videos to watch back. If you want, you can always go to, I would say, Facebook. It's a little better angle, only because it's a wider angle. On YouTube, and it's like a webcam on a tripod, like looks a little better. And all these workouts are there, basically. All the positional workouts are there. But in the fight scenario ones from this week, I would do that first fight scenario and this fight scenario, and consider those your plan A and plan A. Those are the ones. Stuff's gonna go wrong. Your other jiu-jitsu is gonna come into play. You'll get caught in a headlock because you do something wrong. You'll get caught maybe even in like some weird over wrap because you shot in like this and they reach over your back and they try to pick you up, but nobody much within your size is gonna probably do that. But fights are ugly. Okay, so we're doing plan A, and plan A are real pretty, and they both involve making contact, takedown, dominant position, submission. That's everything we ever do. If we could have started with a wrist grab. They made contact. Next thing I'll do is probably make more contact. Takedown, I'll get a dominant position and I'll submit. So the biggest thing when I started jiu-jitsu, which was when I was 20 and all my friends and I were like fighting in the backyard. My friend Eric and I, who started at the same time, we had like 10 other friends that would get together. We'd all like fight each other, maybe like 5 other dudes. Brad Wolfson was one of them. But only Eric and I started jiu-jitsu, and then like within a couple weeks, it was like just knowing you want to take the person down, get in a dominant position that you keep. You know, we talked about keeping it a little bit today, like maintaining. It's worth keeping the position before you go for the submission. But even just like some basic strategy outlook was enough that it was like fighting kids after that. So the only place that really was fun anymore to fight each other and other people was at jiu-jitsu. Well, always fun to fight each other, I guess. So some basic fight strategies always going to be built in around any self-defense stuff. And today we did fight scenarios as a workout, but it's a class. I did some instruction. We did a bunch of reps. Okay. You guys should be proud of yourself if you did everything that we did today, or if you understood. Like some of you are watching, not able to do, but some of you are watching. If you watched, followed, and like could almost feel, almost take it visually and almost make it motor, then that's good. That's a huge goal too. Some of you won't get time. You just won't get time to do this workout. But if you watched it and you watched all of it and you started to almost feel it, that's great. For those of you that can do it and you were at home and you did some, well, then you've done it. You've taken some video information, you've made it motor, you practiced it on your own, and you're better at jiu-jitsu. You're better at these moves in jiu-jitsu. And you know now a solo drill that you can repeat as much as you want and get as good at it as you want. These 2 fight scenarios, if all you ever did was learn these 2 and practice these 2 a lot, then Joe Schmo is not going to be any threat to you. You're going to be able to win any fight against any size person. These are strong moves, and probably the most basic and most fundamental, but most effective, efficient moves that we have for clinch, takedown, get on top. It's most common behavior for the bad guy who doesn't know jiu-jitsu and everything. So very complete. Your understanding is very complete for fight scenarios for these 2. So I thank you for joining me. It's really good to see people. We even had a guest from Australia today, John. So it's good to see him. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming to the class. And happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Take it easy, guys. I'm going to end my stream on YouTube. Take care. And you.